Good morning everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Saturday 24/7. How are you all guys? So this is our session back to basic series for IE IFS subject that we are having Monday to Friday only on Officer Saturday 24/7 in the morning 7:30 AM. Okay, apart from that, if I'm talking about the dedicated batch to prepare for your JAIIB preparation, it have been started from 20th of November. If you guys are looking for a particular batch or particular platform, you will get everything. The conceptual classes, the practice test, topic-wise practice test, full-length practice test, apart from that, the ebooks, everything. If you need one stop solution, that's available only on Adda 24/7. So you can check. In the end, I will show you how to enroll in a particular batch that is started from the 20th of November. So let's start the session. Before starting the session, do let me know is audio, video both are okay? Are we good to go? And also, this is the session. This is the second part of infrastructure, including the social infrastructure unit number 5 of your module A. As we know, there are total 45 modules. Sorry, there are total 4 modules and 45 units. Out of those 45 units, we have 11 units in the module A. Out of that 11 unit, this is our 5th unit, that is the infrastructure including social infrastructure. Unit number 5, class number 13. And if I talking about unit number 5, this is the second part of unit number 5. Okay, let's start. So in the last class, I have told you about the infrastructure. What is infrastructure? So I have told you infrastructure is a foundation of economic growth. If you want to grow your economy, if you want to have economic growth, you have to increase more and more production in the country. When you increases the production in the country, it means more goods and services have been produced in the country. That increases your GDP and that increases your economic growth. But now, when economic growth will be increased? When you have a proper infrastructure. Only producing goods is not sufficient. You have to transfer that goods to the end location of the consumer. If you are not having those transfer infrastructure available, you won't be able to make the goods available to the end user of the product. Sorry. You won't be able to make the goods available for the consumer. And if you want to do that, you have to have an infrastructure. Okay. Okay. So if you want to make the product available for the end user, you have to have roadways, railways, airways, seaways, some kind of transportation so that you can make the product available to the consumer. Okay, and that's why the infrastructure is the foundation of the economic growth. Apart from that, infrastructure also helps you out in the economic development, as the infrastructure development is the large scale development and the long-term development, so it needs a large-scale capital as well that will be available with the infrastructure investment that helps out the economic development to have a capital stock. Now, what is economic development? We have discussed in the last class. Economic development is simply when, because of the GDP increasing, because of the more production in the country, when you're producing more goods and services in one financial year, your GDP increases. Because of the increase of that GDP, because of the increase in the production, if you find a certain positive changes in your economy, and if you find out the certain positive changes in your economy, that is known as your what? Your economic development. So when you have a positive changes like employment is increasing, poverty is reducing, literacy rate is increasing, infrastructure development is there, in that situation you will find the economic development that actually helps to change the life of the people, right? So that's what we have a economic development. That all we have discussed. Apart from that, we have also discussed the types of infrastructure, the hard infrastructure, soft infrastructure, critical infrastructure, water management infrastructure, energy infrastructure, the green infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, urban infrastructure, etc. All this we have covered in the last class. So now, today we are going to take that particular topic forward. So this is the total units in your module A. We are discussing the unit number 5, that is infrastructure, including the social infrastructure. Okay, now let's start. So Now today we are going to talk about the ESG. What does ESG stand for? It stands for Environment, Social, Governance. Now what is it? If we are studying infrastructure, how does environmental, social or governance is there? What ESG is doing there? So ESG is a part of infrastructure. Let's talk about first the CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility. Let's talk about CSR, then we will come to the ESG, then we will link ESG and infrastructure, how they are together linked to each other. Now, if I'm talking about corporate social responsibility, what is it? Every corporate have some social responsibility towards the society. Let's say, for example, Adda 24/7 is an edtech company. So while we are taking here classes, we have a proper studio, we have a lot of lights here, we have a cameras, we have a laptops, we have a computers, we have this screen, the board, all this we have. So we are providing services to our students. Our students are the consumer of our business, I can say. So somehow we are a service provider company. We are providing services. By providing the services, a lot of students are getting selected for the competitive paper. They are getting promotion in their job. They are getting increment in their salary. A lot of things are there. But there are certain societies. So we are helping you out in your career, right? In your growth. But there are certain people in the country who are not preparing for the government exam, who are not preparing for the bank, their promotion exams. They are not preparing for their increment exams. They are not doing any such kind of things. So let's say they are not consumer of arts. Let's say your parents are not consumer of arts. My parents are not the consumer of Adda 24/7. So, but still, they have to suffer because of what we are doing in Adda 24/7. Now, what does it mean? It means we are using a lot of electricity that is somehow definitely harms the environment, right? Let's say you are studying. If you are studying, you are using a copy pen, for example. If you are using a copy pen, you also harm the environment. The more copies you are using to study, to write down the content or whatever you are doing, the more you impact the environment in a negative sense. But these are the kind of things which is required to be done in the economy. So what we need, you are doing your work, you are not doing nothing, you are not doing anything wrong. You are doing, Adda 24/7 is doing nothing wrong. It is providing services, it making the lot of students in the country to achieve their goal, to achieve their dream, to have a good life, to have a financial independence. So it is not doing anything wrong, but somehow it impacts, while providing services to its consumer, it impacts the environment. That somehow have the negative impact on the society of the country. So Adda 24/7 have a certain corporate social responsibility for those society people who are not consumer of arts. So what we have to do, we have to give something in return to them that will help them out to reduce, or to not the, we cannot eliminate fully, but we can reduce the loss, we can reduce the negative impact. So we are doing corporate social responsibility. The banks do it, banks do it, the other corporates does it. Everybody, every company have to do it, corporate social responsibility. So in corporate social responsibility, you might be doing plantation, you are having a lot of plants, you have a certain targets on every Sunday. The team, you are asking your employees to come to the office, and from the office you are going a certain location, you are doing a plantation. Maybe you are cleaning a particular area by having your employees, by having your team. Maybe you are providing, maybe we are providing free education to the poor people, the poor students. Maybe we are providing in the orphanage, we are providing certain help to those students. So somehow, this company is a corporate, this corporate have a social responsibility, and a certain way every corporate is actually performing their social responsibility. And these are the three major areas which actually help us, or which actually a kind of a modern way to achieve your corporate social responsibility: environmental, social and governance. So a lot of investors are there. When you invest in something, let's say I am a very big investor. When I am investing in something, when I am going to invest in something, first I check that that particular investment is related to ESG or not. If it is related to ESG, I am fulfilling my CSR, I will be easily able to invest in there because it is not going to harm, है ना? So that's what the ESG is. I hope it's clear. Now let's take the theory also, let's read the theory also, it will make it more clear. So ESG has gained a foothold among the stakeholder and is considered a modern dimensions of corporate social responsibility. It's what? It's a modern dimension of a corporate social responsibility. What is ESG is? Okay. Apart from that, let's move to the next. What the next paragraph is saying? ESG refers to the three most essential factors which determine the long-term and ethical impact of a business or a company investment. Hana, so what we are talking about here? Simply we are saying when we talk about the ESG, Hana, when we talk about the ESG, what actually the ESG is doing? What actually the ESG is doing? ESG refers to those three. Hana, ESG refers to those three most essential factors that determine the long-term and ethical impact of a business or a company investment. So let's say environmental, social and governance. These are the three most essential factors. If the investment you are going to do is related to any of these three factors, it became ethical. It means the investment you are doing, the business you are doing, it's working, it's social responsibility in the market. It means what? It means simply you are doing a kind of investment that is environment friendly. Hana, like now we started calculating green GDP, we talk about the green infrastructure. What is this? We are simply trying to save the environment. We are focusing on the sustainable development. What is sustainable development? Use the resources in certain way that you will be able to fulfill your needs and the future generation also do not have to compromise with your needs. If all the resources will be utilized by us, what the future generation will do, how they will survive. So use the resources accordingly. That's what the sustainable development says. That's what we're talking about. Ethical means you are doing right thing for the major part of the society. That's the ethical impact. Now, the majority of social responsible investors use the ESG criteria to screen investment. Hana? A lot of socially, those investors who are socially responsible, who feels like this is our responsibility to do something for the society, they use the ESG criteria. Hana? For what? To screen their investment. Before investing, they screen their investment, and if it is related to ESG, then they will be happy to invest in. Since customers are considered king in the Indian economy, Hana, banks are expected to treat them appropriately. Not only bank, every seller, we also have to treat you appropriately because you guys are customer of ours and you are the king of market. Earlier, we used to have seller-oriented market, like in the banks. How the seller-oriented market or customer-oriented market works in the banks, let's discuss that. When there used to be a seller-oriented market, we used to have money lenders. Banks were not used to be there. Or if the bank used to be there, they were not that much, it was not that much easy to have the banking services. Lot of restrictions, criterias, collateral, third-party guarantee, a lot of things used to be there. So it was not easy for me to take a loan from the bank, but it was easy for me to take a loan from the money lender because there was no restriction. Hana? So at that time, the seller was the king of the market. I was not the king of the market, the seller was. So whatever rate of interest money lender used to ask, I have to give that because I don't have option. Bank is not ready to give me the loan and no other one is not ready to give me the loan, but I need money. If I do not have money, I won't be able to produce the crops. And how I will survive, how my family will survive. So I have to take the loan from the money lender, whatever interest they ask for. Then whatever collateral they are asking, I have to give that as well. So this was the seller-oriented market in the banking sector context. Now the market is customer-oriented, for example. Now we have a lot of services of the banks. If you are not treating your customer very well, if you are not resolving the problems of the customer will directly shift to the private sector bank, let's say. In the public sector bank, the customer is not getting proper attention or proper services. Or if the customer have given a complaint, you are not resolving the complaint or some kind of thing, the customer will directly go to the other bank. Because it's all about the customer satisfaction now. Because the market is customer oriented. And the customer have lot of options. You have me as a customer, but I have SBI, PNB, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, let's say Bank of Baroda I have, let's say I have Axis Bank, whatever the banks I have. So I have a lot of banks option. So if you are not treating me as a customer well, I can go to the other bank. Because if you are providing savings account, they are also providing savings account. You are providing current account, they will also provide the current account. So, but they will be treating me well. They will be greetings me. They will be doing greetings. They will be asking what problem you are facing. They are resolving my problems in a very minimum time period. So it's very obvious. Now the customer oriented market it is. Customer market is this. So customer is a king. Accordingly, you have to treat the customer. And accordingly, the socially responsibility persons or investors know that we have a certain responsibility toward the society. If we work for the society, if we do something nice for the society, society will be a loyal customer of ours. And it will impact the profit and sales of a company. It's very obvious. Now, like if you know a particular company is there and that company is actually working ethically, so kind of a loyal relationship will be built between the company and a customer. If you became the loyal customer, you will be doing a positive word of mouth about the company to all your friends, to all your colleagues, or to all your relatives. And you will be giving the new clients to the particular company. And that's what the company wants. So presently, banks disclose diversity, data, human rights policies, and the LGBT equality in the workplace. So this is what Equality Bank is doing, Social Justice Bank doing. So with the corporate governance system in banks, the board of directors, the executive, they all act in the best interest of the long-term shareholder. So if someone is giving you money for the long-term period, it's very obvious you have to treat them well. Now, family welfare. The goal of the family welfare to stabilize the population. Always, whenever we talk about the family welfare, why we are doing family welfare? To control the population. To offer a high quality health services that will include the immunization of pregnant women and the children. Okay, so this is the objective. Now, in 1952, from 1951 to 1956, we have seen the first 5-year plan of the country that was introduced by the Planning Commission. So the first 5-year plan was introduced, and in the first 5-year plan in 1952, we have introduced the National Program for Family Planning. And it was also introduced to control the population at that time. And a lot of impact have been seen because of this. Since its inception, the family planning program has experienced significant policy programmatic development in the control of the population. We have seen that although in 2013, India became the most populated country, we have left China behind, but still this family planning program have helped us a lot to control the population. Apart from that, the family welfare program stays to address a broader range of the healthcare requirement among India's general public. So it covers what? It covers a certain fundamental premises of the family welfare program. First is acceptance of family welfare service is voluntary. Now the question can be asked on this particular slide. They can simply ask a statement based question that is asking which of the following are correct about the fundamental premises of the family welfare program. They have given you two statements. The statement one is saying acceptance of family welfare services involuntary, and the second statement have been written similar, same as it is given in the book. So only this word have been changed. So after reading the both statement, you have to answer which statement is correct. So you have to answer that the second is correct, first is not correct, because they apart from voluntary, they have written the involuntary. And that's why it's very important to read each and every line, because such kind of minor changes have been seen in the paper. They have taken the whole lines from the book of IIBF, but they have changed a minor thing. They have changed a single word, and the single word have changed the meaning of the topic. Sorry. So that's why everything have to be covered. So all these things are the part of the family welfare program fundamental premises. Now, a very important, now the last slide and this slide, they cover. From the last slide, you can find the statement-based question. From this slide, you can find the one-liner question. They can ask, which of the following is the core and fundamental goal of the family welfare program? They can given you the option, educational development in the country, infrastructure development in the country, population management in the country, none of these. So answer should be population management, and this have been asked. Hana, this have been asked. One question have been asked on this, like why family welfare program have been introduced for the population management, to control the population of the country. We were introducing the family welfare programs. Clear? Now, sorry. So this is all for today. We have discussed about the infrastructure, including the social infrastructure. Now, this is all. So we have discussed the types of infrastructure, how the ESG is related to infrastructure. Apart from that, how family welfare program is impacting the economy and why it is very important to have. Everything we have discussed here. Now, apart from that, I would like to inform you all that we have started the first English medium batch of ours for May 2024. That is started from 20th of November. Niharika ma'am and I have started the classes. The PPB classes started from 20th of November. And yesterday, we had the orientation class as well. From 8 to 9 p.m., we are having regular sessions of the PPB, paid sessions. And IFS is going to start from the 8th of December. So if you want to enroll in any of these batch, you can use the code Y496. You will get 81% discount. Apart from that, Mahapack is also there. In the Mahapack, you will be getting in future introduced batches as well, the revision batch and etc. You do not have to pay separately for those batches. You can easily have the Mahapack and every batch will be available in your account. So how to enroll? Just enroll by downloading the Adda 24/7 application. Then go to the section of exam, that is JAIIB, CIB. Click on the JAIIB May 2024. Do check all the batches available here. So this is the Mahapack. All the batches, comprehensive batch, individual subject batches are as well available. If you want to enroll in an individual batch, then click on the particular batch you want to enroll. Do read the offerings and the validity. After that, click on the buy now option. Enter a code here. That is Y496. Click on the apply option. You will find the 80% discount here. The 1% additional discount will also be available by using the coins on the applications. Okay, so the batch is already started. We have started the PPB study of topic-wise study, the conceptual study from yesterday only. And it will be there from 8 to 9 p.m. AFM class will be in the morning. And the topic-wise test, full-length mock test. Apart from that, you will find the ebooks, recording videos, conceptual classes, everything will be available in the Sankalp batch. In Mahapack, you will have the revision batch in the future, power pack batches in the future, whatever batch in the future we will be introducing, that will be available free of cost because you have already paid for the Mahapack. Apart from that, it will have a 1-year validity. In the Sankalp batch, you have 9 months validity. So this is the difference between the Sankalp batch and the Mahapack. Okay. So accordingly, what you feel comfortable with, enroll in that particular batch. So this was all for today. And on the regular basis at 7:30 a.m., you can join the IFS class for English medium sessions from Monday to Friday at 7:30 a.m. Okay. So this is all. If you have any doubt regarding the topic, you can ask in the comment section. I will check your comment and answer there. Okay, so thank you all for joining the session and have a very great day, everyone. See you all in the paid class from 8 to 9 p.m. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.